is great to see you all here today. We will be one big English class all week, and so we have that to look forward to. So I am Mrs. Enk. I am an English teacher here at Fremd, and welcome to the beginning of Writers Week 32. Yeah, 32 claps for 32 years. We have a lot of people to thank, but mostly thank you to our Fremd boosters because they help us out quite a bit. So if your parents are boosters, please go home and thank them at some point during the week, if not every day, for helping us put on Writers Week. You also, of course, want to thank your teacher for bringing you here today and all week. So turn to your teacher, give them a wave. Shout out to my first hour class, the very best first hour class. Of course they are. So today, our first guest is a 1997 Fremd grad, which means that she was here when Writers Week started, and now she is back to help us kick things off. This is Lisa Medina. She is a contemporary folk singer-songwriter with a flavorful hint of Latin rhythm and spice. Over the years, Lisa has performed on renowned stages, most notably at the Petrillo Bandshell for the Chicago Jazz Festival, Park West, the Old Town School of Folk and Roots Festival, the Adler Planetarium, and at Wrigley Field singing the national anthem for Cubs games. And of course, Lisa has performed here at Writers Week on our very own Colsey Auditorium stage. Lisa's 2024 debut album, Wishes, has aired on over 60 radio stations across North America, and you can listen to her songs on all streaming platforms. She has some Wishes CDs with her here today for $15. You can come up and get one at the end of the period, or say hello, get a signature, get a selfie, whatever you want. During 2025, Lisa recorded 13 songs, and 12 of these will be on a new album coming out in the fall of 2026. Lisa also has a fascination with owls, and there are two who visit her backyard. She's named them Sal and Gala, and maybe there's going to be some songs about them on her new album. We'll have to stay tuned and see. Lisa has a lot of upcoming 2026 performance dates, including February 21st at the Prince of Peace Church and March 1st at Mad Cats, and both of those are right here in Palatine. So after you enjoy today's performance, you're going to be looking for places to see Lisa and to hear more of her music, and those would be two upcoming events. You can also check out her website, lisapmedina.com. For most up-to-date performance and album release information. When she has that, of course, she will post it. So please join me in welcoming Lisa Medina to Writers Week.
Thank you, Mrs. Enk. Hope you smile sometime the way you did with me when we danced in the hall, our feet meandering like the old folks moved a long time before you stopped smiling anymore. I hope you smile when you dance. I hope you find sweet innocent romance. We picked up pennies, we made sparks fly, 'cause we threw them at the ground like the 4th of July. You kissed me on my forehead, you kissed me on my cheek, but it's that smile I'm remembering. I hope you smile when you dance. I hope you find sweet innocent romance. I wish you love in a warm, safe place, and I wish a smile on your sweet face. Well, it was just young love we were swimming in, and I hope you find it in this life again. I hope you smile sometime the way the young kids do. I hope you smile, that's my wish for you. I hope you smile when you dance. Hope you find sweet, innocent romance. I wish you love in a warm, safe place. And I wish a smile on your sweet face. I wish a smile on your sweet face. I wish a smile on your sweet face. Thank you very much. And welcome to Writers Week. Thanks for welcoming me as your kickoff person. I feel super honored about that. And before I forget, give a big round of applause to all the teachers that put so much work into this every year. This is such a cool event. All right. So you can go to the next slide if you don't mind. Thank you. So I have a quote up there. One of my favorite artists is David Byrne. And I think something that has really freed me in my writing is this thing he says of stop making sense. You know, and because I used to get hung up on like, well, is this going to make sense to people? And I think, you know, if it makes sense to you in some way as the writer, then, you know, it will come through more truthfully to the audience, even if it doesn't make perfect sense to them. And so that last song I sang, that song came from a dream I had. And there was this part of it in the dream where me and the other person in it, we were like young in the dream. Like I was like your guys' age, you know, not old like I am now. But we were throwing pennies at the ground, and they were doing, you know, those poppets at 4th of July, you throw them at the ground and they make that loud sound. The pennies were doing that. And so I just put it in the song that way. We picked up pennies, we made sparks fly, because we threw them at the ground like the 4th of July. Like if I didn't tell you that line might not make sense, but it was just a line I thought it was cool because it came from the dream, and I wanted to keep it in there that way. All right, next slide. So just quickly, so you know about me, as mentioned, I was a Fremd student here. I was much more known for gymnastics than music at the time. And then I actually started guitar not until I was 17. My high school gymnastics coach and history teacher was my guitar teacher, and he was awesome. Very grateful for everything he taught me. I went to University of Illinois. I studied biology and Spanish, not music, but I like to put a lot of science and Spanish into my songs. What else? Oh, I got to sing in a Latin jazz big band. They were a Grammy-nominated band. So my past performance experience before I had kids was sort of a whole different genre than what I'm doing now. So now I'm doing more folk, singer-songwriter kind of music. I do have 3 kids, so I took a long time off of songwriting while they were little, and it's been great to get back into performing. I have an album out and a new one coming, so definitely follow along if you want to check out my music. And also come to a show. If you guys like live music, I play a lot around here, so my website will be posted up at the end too. All right, next slide. So that's what my album looks like. If you do look it up on streaming, that's the cover. There's 13 songs. And next slide. Okay, so I feel sort of gross putting this up because Spotify is like really horrible to artists and, you know, very, very unfair practices in terms of what they're paying. But I know a lot of you guys listen on Spotify, so I decided to share my #1 song of last year, most listened to, was A Mother's Love. So I'm going to play that one for you next. And if you like it, you can check it out. You can save it. Send it to your mom on Mother's Day. This is a song I wrote for my mom because I never got to meet her mom. And I wanted her to know that I still feel like I know her mom, even though I never got to meet her. Did you know when she goes, her love will never die? It goes on and on like a soothing lullaby. should be. She gave her love to you, you passed it on to me. She passed it on to you, you passed it on to me. She told me through your eyes, helping me to see the beauty of it all is that when our time is through, you gave her love to me, I'll pass it on. Take time to smell the roses, hurry up, don't be late. You always found the balance of all life's give and take. Though sometimes I resisted the good advice from you, I am listening now, and I'll pass it on to you. She passed it on to you, you passed it on to me. She told me through your eyes, helping me to see the beauty of it all is that when our time is through, you gave her love to me, I'll pass it on to all the pearls of her wisdom are the most precious jewels. We carry on a legacy, it's what we're born to do. And though we may not see the same day, mother's love is here to stay. There is sadness in your eyes, the past can be so hard. You lost her too early, and it's heavy on your heart. But there's a strength inside of you, it helps you carry on. When I see my little girl, I know you pass her strength along. 'Cause she passed it on to you, you passed it on to me. She told me through your eyes, helping me to see the beauty of it all is that when our time is through, you gave her love to me, I'll pass it on to. Oh, this too shall pass, you'd always say. But a mother's love is here to stay. Mom's love is here to stay. Thank you. All right, so my favorite thing, you can go to the next slide, please. Thanks. Favorite thing about that recording is my mom and my daughter actually sang the backing vocals. And so if you look up the song, you'll hear them singing with me. And that's just something that's really special to me, that all of our voices are together on there. All right, so we're going to pause after the first two songs. Those were both on my album. And after this pause, I'm going to play a couple new songs that'll be in my next album. But any questions so far about anything I've said so far? If not, I'll leave time at the end too. Should we just keep going? Okay, we'll keep going. So, quote, one of my favorite artists is John Baptiste. And this is a quote of his, that the comfort zone is a dangerous place. And I think as a performing musician, like, people usually ask me at this, do you still get nervous? Yes, I still get nervous to play, for sure. And I think being pushed out of your comfort zone is important, you know, to help you keep growing as a person and as an artist. And one way that I do that is I write songs in Spanish and in Spanglish. And it's not my first language, so sometimes it's a little out of my comfort zone to sing them for other people. But it's a really fun challenge. I really like writing in Spanish. It gives me more words to work with and to rhyme with and all that. So I'm going to play you a song next that is going to be on my next album. And if you can go to the next slide, there should be a bumper sticker. Okay, so this song is called Mañana será bonito, which means tomorrow will be beautiful. You could also say tomorrow will be great. And I saw it on a bumper sticker on a day when I had just gotten some really bad news, like really bad news. I just found out my mom had breast cancer. And then I saw this bumper sticker when I stopped at a light, and it was like, that's ironic, you know. Doesn't feel like, tomorrow felt a lot more like doom and gloom. But right away when I saw that bumper sticker, I had that feeling of like a song coming, and I started singing the chorus. And then I just, continued writing the song there in the car. So this is just a reminder for myself and for all of us that, love is the important thing, not all the stuff. So there's a word you heard me say a lot, which is recuérdame. Does anybody know what that means? Who's not a Spanish teacher? Recuérdame? Anybody? Yes. Yeah, recuérdame. Well, in this case, it's remind me, but that's, yes, also that. Good job. All right, so remind me is what you'll hear me say a lot in the song. Mañana será bonito, let's sing it once or twice. Mañana será bonito, you don't have to roll the dice. Se siente que hay poquito, but don't we have enough? Hoy también es lindo, we live for love, not for stuff. Mañana, mañana, mañana será bonito. Bonito porque te tengo, mi amor. Cuando quiera más de lo que necesito. Recuérdame, it's love we're living for. Mañana será bonito, we don't have to buy a yacht. Mañana será bonito, 'cause a little is a lot. Our rowboat no es poquito, it's big enough for two. Pues tú y yo remando en agua dulce, me and you. Mañana, mañana, mañana será bonito. Bonito porque te tengo, mi amor. Cuando quiera más de lo que necesito. Recuérdame, it's love we're living for. Tal vez en el ayer we were blue, but mañana's a new day for me and you. Y mañana será bonito, even without the trip to France. Mañana será bonito, 'cause we know how to dance. Agarra mi manita and then dip me to the floor. We'll fly to the moon, dando vueltas de amor. Mañana, mañana, mañana será bonito. Bonito porque te tengo, mi amor. Cuando quiera más de lo que necesito. Recuérdame. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow will be bonito. Bonito because I have you, my love. When I feel like there's something I need more, remind me it's just love we're living for. Recuérdame, it's love we're living for. Recuérdame, vivimos por amor. Thank you so much. All right. So this next one was a song that came from a story that my son told me. One day we were riding in the car, and he was like telling me how he read or heard about this boy somewhere who like knew of his past life, and he had this big scar, or I guess it was a birthmark, on his head, and he knew like that he was killed with an axe, and they went and dug up the bones. I mean, I thought my son was like making the whole thing up, but I looked it up, and it's like scientists have studied. There's a whole book. It's in this book of like children who remember their past lives, and I thought it was so interesting. And so this is another song that'll be in my next album. It prompted a really interesting conversation with my son about reincarnation and like if we came back as something other than a human, what would we be? So this is called The Burn. If I die, don't bring me back as a human. Don't make me rejoin the demise. Humans treat the earth like it is trash and pretend they are the wise. I would rather be a bird so I could fly away to the higher hemisphere of a brighter day. Or else I would come back as a lion, move out of my way. We must run far, we all must pay. I don't want to hear the sound of the world when it ceases to turn. I don't want to hang around and feel the burn. I don't want to hear the sound when it ceases to turn. I don't want to hang around and feel the burn. I heard of a man with a scar on his face and the memory of an axe to his head. He even knew where he died and was buried. I'll find my bones, he said. So they went there with shovels. He dug himself up, uncovering a hidden truth. A dented skull that matched the scar as he stood there, living proof. I would rather be a bird so I could fly away to the higher hemisphere. Or else I would come back as a lion, get out of my way. I must run far, we all must pay. I don't want to hear the sound of the world when it ceases to turn. I don't want to hang around and feel the burn. I don't want to hear the sound when it ceases to turn. I don't want to hang around. So if I die, don't bring me back as a human. Don't make me rejoin the demise. Humans treat each other like they're trash and pretend they are the wise. Thanks. All right. So I've played this one the last couple years, so I didn't know if I should do it again. I played A Mother's Love a couple times too. Have you guys, was anyone here last year? Okay, some, but not too many, so this is fine. This is fine. Okay, so I wanted to dedicate this one to the seniors because this is a song that's on my album, and it's inspired really by Captain Underpants because there was a poster that was in my kid's room since he was really little, and then he got older, And I was like, maybe we should get that out of here. And he was like, no, I'm going to take that to college, joking around. But then the vision was in my head, right, of like taking my kid to college. And I'm like, holy cow, this is actually going to happen someday. So I don't have kids in college yet, but this was me imagining that day and imagining him taking like this little kid poster with him, just, things that you imagine about how that day will go. So anyway, seniors, if you are heading off to college in a year, your parents will probably be sad, so give them some grace, and good luck to you. Driving down the highway with a car packed full, even that poster that I made when you turned 5 says there's still a few more hours left to go. We'll just drive. Everybody said this day would come too soon. Enjoy every moment goes fast. But the days were long and the years were short, and we pushed through. Time just passed. Ooh. And when you go away, I'll stay here, loving you and peeking in your bedroom every night. Although the house will have a little extra room, I'll miss the sight of you tucked in tight. Minutes turn to years with the miles we go, driving to and from and in between. They say the journey matters more than where you go. Now so it seems. When you go away, I'll stay here, loving you and peeking in your bedroom every night. Although the house will have a little extra room, I'll miss the sight of you tucked in tight. I wanna hear the songs you'll sing, wanna hear my telephone ring, you call and tell me about your day, so home doesn't feel so far away. 'Cause when you go away, I'll stay here, loving you and peeking in your bedroom every night. Although the house will have a little extra room, I'll miss the sight of you tucked in tight. Driving down the highway with the car packed full, even that poster that I made when you turned 5, you hang it on your brand new wall, and there you go. I'll let you fly. Thank you so much. All right. Next slide. Okay. So I'm gonna do another song that's from my album, and the song's called "Flower in the Jungle," and it's a good example as a writer, like you don't always know where things are going. I started writing this song, and the first verse came from a dream, and I saw victims in the dream. Not, it looked like a scene from the Holocaust, and it was like a black and white dream, super weird. I've never had a dream like that, and so I wrote the first verse based on that, and then I wasn't really sure what it meant or like what the song was supposed to be. And so it just kind of sat in my writing journal for, I don't know if it was a week or two, but it wasn't too long after that the Uvalde school shooting happened. And it was horrible. They're all horrible. But that one felt really personal to me. I had a fourth grader at the time, and the kids who were the victims were all fourth graders. And then also within a day or two of that, I learned about this flower while watching a nature show called the corpse flower. And right then, just everything, once I learned about that flower and how it takes 10 years to bloom, I thought of the kids who were 10 years old, and the song just came together with those different pieces all connecting. So this is Flower in the Jungle. Flower in the jungle, flower in the jungle, flower in the jungle, they come and come for you. Place your bags against the wall, turn into the wind. If you're short or if you're tall, turn into the wind. You walk into your final day, turn into the wind. Where you're born is why you pay, turn into the wind. Hold your head up high for the world to see. Change is gonna come, a change for you and me. A 10-year wait for a 2-day bloom, turn into the wind. You unwrap your living room, turn into the wind. Your rotting flesh, they find a way, turn into the wind. Where you sprout is where you'll stay, turn into the wind. Flower in the jungle, flower in the jungle, take your bloom. Flower in the jungle, they come and come for you. Babes behind the desk, turn into the wind. Please be still and hold your breath, turn into the wind. Is this a drill or is this the day? Turn into the wind. Where you're born is where you lay, turn into the wind. Hold your head up high for the world to see. Change is gonna come, change for you and me. Hold your sign up high for the world to see. A change is gonna come, a change for you and flower in the jungle, flower in the jungle, flower in the jungle, flower in the jungle. Thank you. I don't know if it's winter or just early in the morning, but I feel like I need a lot of water right now. All right, next slide. Okay, any more questions that have come up about any of those songs or the lyrics or the process or whatever you guys feel like talking about this morning. Or it's just a Monday and we're tired. Yeah, right here.
Do you write the guitar first or the lyrics?
So yes, both. For me, more often it's the lyrics first. I tend to be more like poetry driven, so I'll usually start with words. But there have been times, especially if I'm collaborating with other people. Like sometimes I play guitar with my son, and so like we'll just be playing some chords, and then some words will pop in after that. So yeah, it does depend, but more often for me, lyrics first. There's no wrong way though. Yes. It's just like a number of times of playing them. Because when I wrote that song, I actually wrote that song on the piano. I'm a horrible piano player, but we got a piano during COVID, just, needed some more stuff to do. And I wrote that song. It was the first song I ever wrote on the piano. And I remember just sitting over the piano, like tears like dripping onto the keys. But no, it doesn't do that to me anymore. Just enough time, I guess. All right. Anybody? More questions? Yes. What guitar is this? This is an Alvarez Yari. So I bought this, I think I was like 25, which is a long time ago. I was playing gigs and I was saving up money, and this was my first guitar I bought with my own money. Okay. Oh, yes, I see the hand. Hello. Yes. It is my second language, so there's sometimes, I'm not like perfect, but I can definitely carry a conversation. All right, got one. Oh, yeah. Thank you for helping me see the hands. Yes. Did you say dreams? Like dreams that bring a song? Not very often. I have a handful of songs, small, maybe 4 or 5 songs that came from a dream. And they're some of my favorite ones because it's like you wake up and like the whole song just feels like it's there, like a spirit brought it in or something. But yeah, it hasn't happened very often. All right, well, we could do more questions or I could play one more song. I think we got time, right? 8:20 you said, right? All right. I think we'll do one more song, looks like. So, lyrics. Wait, go back once real quick. I played a show at a place called Cafe Carp in Fort Atkinson on Saturday, and I took this picture because it was like there was a little shelf next to the stage, and it had this rock that said, "Be You." And that's really the message of the next song I'm going to play, so that's why that picture's there. So just a reminder to always be yourself. Everyone else is taken. And this will be on my next album. It's called Let's Be Who We Are. In a wilderness of like and subscribe, you trek through the forest in search of your tribe. A true friend, it seems, is hard to find. Little hearts light up right and left. Well, how about the one inside your chest? Zipped up in that winter vest, protected from the elements. Let's talk about that heart. Yeah, let's like what we like. Let's love who we love. Let's not be something we're not. Let's be who we are. Ooh, let's be who we are. Ooh, let's be who we are. And true love is not hard to find. In blizzard conditions of judgment and hate, who will you notice and appreciate? And take the time to reach out to and say thanks for being you. Your true friends will raise you up and like you just the way you are. The ones that want to bring you down are not your people. What will they say is a phrase that plays in the thoughts that cross my mind. Will they listen? Will they share? Will they laugh? Will they stare? Well, who cares if they do or they don't? It's up to me if I will or I won't. Pay attention to my own voice. Let's not dim the light. We are made to shine. Let all your uniqueness out. Let's be who we are. Ooh, let's be who we are. Ooh, let's be who we are. You're born into a world of wonder. Now you wonder how that world got so filled up with bullies, haters, cheaters, and fakers. But keep in mind that true love is not hard to find. True love starts on the inside. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And let's not be something we're not. Let's be who we are. All right, thank you so much. I'm gonna go. I think we got one more slide. It's sort of just a goodbye slide. So thank you so much for being here bright and early. Appreciate all of you. If you have any last question, there might be time for one more. But otherwise, give me a follow along for new music. And always good to be back here at Fremd High School. Yeah, go Vikes.
All right, first hour, you were great. We will see you back here tomorrow in these same rows for students, some of our favorite presenters.